Okay, good morning to us all. I hope you are all doing fine. Today is another wonderful Monday. Today is a very powerful day as well, and there is a great topic that I'm going to share to all of us, or I'm going to share with all of us, which I believe that is going to be a blessing to all of us. It's something that I know very well that it carries lots of power, lots of encouraging words, something that we can use to guide our life so that it could be a blessing. It can be a blessing to all of us. So this afternoon, what I'm going to share with all of us has been titled, or is something that has been put together. It's a powerful topic that has been put together and titled, Allow God to prepare you for the great tasks ahead. Allow God to prepare you for the great tasks ahead. We know that in life we all go through certain challenges, certain moments that we feel that God is no more with us and we feel like giving up. We go through things, we go through challenges, we go through moments that we feel like what? God is not with us, like God has deserted us. Nobody is looking at us, at whatever we've started. But this morning, I'm going to encourage all of you to still believe in yourself, to believe in the things that God has brought you onto this planet for you to start. So this afternoon, our topic has been put together and is titled, Allow God to prepare you for the great tasks ahead. Great tasks ahead. So this is something that we would like to look at individually, certain important words that has been mentioned in this great topic that are put together. So the first thing meaning that I want us to look at has been put together is named ready. So someone might ask you, what is the meaning of ready? Ready means what? Make someone ready or able to do or deal with something. So it means that to prepare someone, to make someone ready, okay, or able to do or deal with something. It's what it means to say what? To get ready. The next one is the next word that we should consider as in the meaning is what? Great task. A task is a responsibility that has been given to any one of you. A task is something that has been given to you for you to do or for you to accomplish that will bring out what? A result. So when we say great task, what is the meaning? It means what? A huge responsibility given to someone to do. That is what it means, what? Great task. A very important responsibility, which is very huge, big enough for you to do. So the next one that we want to look at is what? Ahead. The meaning of the word ahead. Ahead means what? Walk in lead, okay? Or walk in advance. Ahead means what? I'll take it again. Ahead means what? Walk in lead or walk in advance. Okay? So, as I said earlier, there are moments when we go through certain challenges, we go through certain moments, and we feel like what? God has deserted us, nothing is going on well, and we feel like giving up. But I'm here to encourage you to allow God to prepare you for the great task that what is ahead of you. Something great that He's preparing you for you to do in the future. It could be a business. It could be something that you want to do. It could be a family that you want to start. It could be an idea that you want to start. With all this, we have to allow God to prepare us, because in the moment of preparation, we feel like what? There is a moment of what? Giving up. There are challenges that will show up, challenges that we didn't prepare, that are going to show up in our lives. But we should be prepared for all these things. That what? Even though we are getting prepared and we are getting ready for this moment in our lives, it's something that we should encourage ourselves to know that what? God is using this difficult moment in our lives to prepare us for what? The greater moments in our lives. Okay, so we also have to look at the meaning of what? Allowing God to prepare you for the great tasks ahead. What does it mean to say what? Allow God to prepare you for the great tasks ahead. So it means what? You should allow God to prepare you for the great path. Okay? With regards to even difficult moments in your life. You should allow God to come into your life to help you, to assist you, and to prepare you so that you can be ready for other challenges and other responsibilities that what He is preparing you for in the future, other blessings that He is preparing you. So God allows the path to be difficult because He intends on refining us and preparing us for a place of promise. So there are moments when we find ourselves in what? Difficult moments, and we feel like what? Giving up in life. Okay, there are paths that when we take in our lives, everything becomes so difficult. When you start a business, things are not going on, where people are not believing in the things that you are doing, and you feel like giving up. And this is something that is known to everybody. It's something that is related with every person that has started something new. Okay, something new. So God allows our paths to be difficult because He intends on refining us and preparing us for our place of promise. There is a place of promise for all of us. So far as you don't give up in life, so far as you keep going on and keep believing in yourself and also in your dreams, there is a place that God has prepared for us that what? You and I should get to that place so that we'll feel comfortable. So the path that takes us to the promised land is always rough. Okay, the path that leads us to our destinies or our promised lands is always route with what? Things what? It's always route with what? Tickets and thorns. So our path that will lead us to the promised land, the path that will lead us to the promised land, to the great lands, are always route with what? Tickets and thorns. We all know what thorns are. If I should put a thorn on what? A thorn on a floor or on the floor, and I ask you to step on it, you can imagine the amount of pain that you are going to feel. Okay, you can imagine the amount of difficult moments in your life that you are going to feel. So God is someone that doesn't do His things as a magician. He's someone who takes His time and does His things beautifully. He does His things so beautifully, so that you can be able to use the things that He has done as a testimony, so that to inspire other people to speak about the blessing that He has caused in your life, or He has brought into your life. So the path that takes us to our promised land will always be a path of what? Difficult moments, trials, challenges. But when you don't give up, then you know that what? God is actually in this. He is preparing you for the what? The great task that what? Or the great promised land that He's taking you to. Okay? So nothing worth having, nothing that is good, nothing worth having comes easy. Everything that what? You see valuable and very beautiful, everything that you desire in life will not come easy. There is a price that you have to pay for it. There is a price. That was why when Christ came into the world to come and die for us, His blood was shed for us. His blood was shed for us because He was the lamb, He was the Savior. You understand? So the business that you want to start, the idea that you want to start, the things that the destination in which you want to see yourself to be, or destination that you want to see yourself to reach in life. Okay, these things will come with the thorns of life, the challenges of life, the difficult moments. But when these things are coming, do not give up in life. Trust the process. There is a price that has to be paid for every good thing that will come on our way. And when you are paying the price, know very well that it's God that is preparing you. It's preparing you. There are times it's like you've gone through a relationship, and it's like you want this relationship to work so that it will lead to marriage. But along the line, you get disappointed. You understand? But when disappointments come, know that it's a moment that you have to learn. You have to prepare for the beautiful marriage that is ahead of you. For the beautiful relationship that is ahead of you. Okay? So nothing worth having in life comes easy. Nothing worth having in life comes easy or without opposition. There are opposition that will show their face. They will show their face and try to discourage you. Okay, so storms will come on your way. Certainly, just know that storms will come. Your faith will be tested. Or your faith will be tested. In the moment when the storms are there, it's a moment that you should know that your faith is being tested. You are being prepared for something great. You are being prepared for something wonderful. The moment you don't give up, you know that there is a victory along the line. My personal story has been a moment when I completed university and I tried to do something with my life. Get a job and at least save and do other things. I think there was a time I went to an organization, a pharmaceutical company in Accra, and I applied for a job and they called me for an interview. So at that moment, I went for the first interview with the HR and she said, I've passed. So I should wait for the marketing manager so that she can talk to me and all that. So when they said I should wait at the reception. So I was sitting at the reception and a certain lady came to me and told me that the marketing manager said I should go. You understand? The marketing manager said I should go. The same people who told me that I should wait at the reception and wait for the next interview, meet the marketing manager and get my job. You understand? I was there and they asked me to go. But I felt so bad that day. I felt like giving up in life. But I told myself, if it's giving up the option, it's giving up the option. There are so many things I go for interviews and they tell me that I'm qualified, but at the end of the day, they don't call me. But I still believe in I still believe in myself. I still believe in myself and I still believe that God is preparing me for something wonderful and something great. Okay? And when the door was open, when God, He prepared me finish and He opened the great door. Okay? Everybody was amazed. That is how God does His things. He does His things so that when He's done preparing you and you go through the times and the testing and the moments that you are going through, the glory will be unto you. People will look at your life and say it is God who has done this. And the glory wouldn't be to you, but it will be to God. Yeah. That is how God does His things. So we should allow ourselves to go through the process. To go through the meal, let's get prepared. Let's allow God to prepare us. Okay, there is something powerful that Joel Osteen said. There was something that he said. He said, God is preparing you for greater things. He is going to take you further than you thought possible. So don't be surprised when He asks you to think better of yourself and act accordingly. Okay, that was what Joel Osteen said. He said, God is preparing you for greater things. He is going to take you further than you thought possible. So if God is preparing you, then you should know that what He has greater plans for you to take you further, to take your business further, to take your career further, to take your life further, to take your marriage further. And it only comes when you don't give up in life. The life that we live is a life of what? Tests and trials, tribulations. It comes with the moment that what you can feel that what something huge has hit you and it's like you are falling down. But what you are not giving up. You understand? But you are not giving up. Because what? You believe that what? God is the one preparing you for something great in life. That what? He's taking you further, taking you ahead of your life. Okay? Because he said what in his word that what? For he delighted in the ways of a good man and he ordered his steps. So if God delights in your steps, He's going to order your steps into greater destinies, into greater things in your life. So we should never give up in life. We should always trust God to take us further. To take us further into our destiny, into our life. So nothing in life that happens to us is by accident. Nothing in life that happens to you and I is by accident. Okay? Whatever happens is that God is preparing you and I for something great. Nothing in life happens by accident. If the bad things are happening to you, is by the choices that you are making, or is the choices that you've made. If the good things are happening to you, is the choices that you've made. But nothing in life that happens in our life, okay, happens by accident. Whatever that happens in our life is that God is using those things to prepare you and I for something great, something powerful, that we can use as what? A motivation for other people. Other people will look at your life and say what? I want to be a blessing. I want to be a blessing. I want to be like this person. Nothing in life that happens in our life happens by accident. Okay, so God brought you this far and He will preserve you to increase you. The main reason why God has brought you this far, okay, is that what? He has seen a seed of goodness in you that He wants to harness and prepare you for something great in life. And prepare you for something great and powerful in life. So nothing in life that happens is by accident. Okay, so trust and allow Him, knowing that His plans are best for you. Allow God to prepare you, knowing that what? His plans, everything that He's doing for you is for your own good. Is that He's preparing you for the greater task that He wants you to achieve in life. When you start a business, it's like things are not going well. It's like the way you want the business to reach that pedestal is not getting to that level. And you assume that what? You want to give up on the business that you have started. But one thing that you have to know is that perseverance and confidence and believing in yourself is the key to success. Is the key to allowing your business to grow from strength to strength, to become the thing that you want it to become. Every dream that you have felt within your heart is a seed that God has placed within your heart that has to be harnessed, that has to be prepared. Move on from the seed level to the growth level to the maturity and the fruit level. Okay, so do not give up in life. When you feel like giving up in life, know that what? Nothing that happens in our life happens by accident. There is always a reason. So do not give up on hope. Do not stop hoping and believing. Something better is on the way coming. Something powerful is on the way coming. This week I received a very, very bad news. You understand? Someone that I trusted so much, someone that I believe in, someone that I gave my all, you understand. But upon all those things, I kept myself strong. I believe in myself. I have faith in God. That what God will bring something greater than this, something powerful than this. Okay, so allow God to prepare you for the great tasks ahead. Allow yourself and use the experiences of life. The things that life is teaching you, they are experiences. They are valuable things that what they are very valuable. If only you can appreciate them, and use them to better your life, you and I will get to better place, or will get to a better place. So in moments of difficulty and trials, we feel like what God is punishing us for a crime we don't know about. Okay, so in moments of difficulty and trials, we feel like God is punishing us for a crime we don't know anything about. Okay, but one thing we should know, that what in the moment of difficulty and the moment that we are gaining experience, it's a moment that what God is preparing you and I to trust His plans and not your pain. Trust God's plans and not your pain. There is a plan that God is orchestrating for you and I. There is a plan that He's orchestrating, He's preparing. There is a blueprint that you cannot see. But if only you can be discerning enough and allow yourself to be prepared by God, trust me, you and I will get to great places and amazing places in our lives. Okay, so never give up. Never give up in life. So when you go through difficult times, make sure you pass through, or you pass the test. So when you go through what difficult moments, it's a moment of what exams. It's a moment that what you are being tested. You are being tried and tested, and see if you can pass these exams of what? Of greatness. Okay, as I said earlier, there is nothing at all that happens in our lives that happens by accident. Anything that happens in our lives is because there is a divine orchestration. There is a divine orchestration that you and I, we don't know anything about. But if only we can allow God to work through us, to work through our plans, to work through our dreams, so that we can be able to achieve these things by the guidance and the direction of God, through His preparation, so that we can become the things that the people that He wants us to become in life. So don't be stubborn don't be stubborn and head-headed. Okay, don't be stubborn and head-headed when God is preparing you. When you find yourself that what you are being prepared for a great task ahead. Imagine at our workplaces, our bosses normally find some of us as what people that they can pick and prepare us for great positions and great responsibilities. You understand? But with these preparations at our workplaces, these things don't come easy. There are many responsibilities that will come to you to test you if you are ready for the greater positions out there. Okay? But if you go through it and if you go through it and you become successful, then you receive the crown of what? Greatness. You receive the crown of greatness. There is a crown of greatness that has been prepared to all of us, if we can only be patient enough and not stubborn. If we can be patient enough and allow God to prepare us for the things that He is going to do in our lives. Stubbornness will not take you and I anywhere. Okay, so recognize that God is refining you. So when you find yourself in this moment, you should recognize that God is refining you and I. Now, God is refining you, the person that we are listening to me this morning. God is refining you. He's preparing you, knocking off he's taking away some of your bad moments, your rough edges. God is refining you. He's knocking off some of your rough edges so that you can be final enough and take those responsibilities and become great. So when the moment of challenges come, the moment of trials, stand strong and fight the good fight of faith. Every great destiny comes with confrontations. There is no great destiny that you not see that will come with confrontations. Okay, look at the life of Moses. Look at the life of Joseph. Look at the life of David. Look at the life of Jesus Christ. And if you look at your own self, look at your life. Every great destiny will come with confrontations. When you look at the life of Joseph, his life came with confrontations. The life of Moses came with confrontations. And even your life, every great destiny comes with moments of preparation and also confrontations. When you don't give up in life, when you don't give up on yourself, when you don't give up on the moment that God is preparing you, I promise you there is a great victory ahead of you. There is a great victory ahead of you. Trust God to prepare you. God will prepare each one of us. If only we can listen and allow Him to prepare us. To prepare us. We are not going to be like this always. We are not going to be like this always. Because there is a great glory within us that He wants to allow these things to manifest. If only we can allow God to prepare you and I. So everything that you have always prayed for, every single thing that you have prayed for, will happen within God's perfect time when He is done preparing you for the greater task. Okay, so every single thing that I have prayed for, every single thing that you have prayed for, every single thing that you have prayed for concerning your business, concerning your life, concerning everything that you want to achieve in life, and you don't give up on prayer, and you don't give up on trusting God, will happen at the perfect time when God is done preparing you for the greater task that you have been praying for. Trust God. Trust God. One thing that I keep saying, I was telling a friend of mine yesterday, that's what, for me, I don't trust in any man, but only God. I know where I was before and where I am today. If it hadn't been God, I will not be here, or I will not be where I am today. Never trust on the strength of man. Never trust on your own strength. But trust on the strength and the capability of God, that what He can be able or more than able to make you to become whatever you want to become in life. Okay, so God represents Himself through people. So God represents Himself through people who have lived according to the way He intended. So if you allow God to prepare you, He's going to live within you so that He can be able to prepare you. And when you find ourselves in moments that things are difficult, we shouldn't give up on life. We should trust in God. We should have faith in God. That's what He's able to do everything beautiful at the right time. So the question I want to ask you this afternoon, to everyone that is listening, the question I want to ask is that what if everything that you are going through right now is preparing you for what you have prayed for and asked for? Okay? There is nothing, as I said earlier, there is nothing that happens in our life that happens as an accident. There is nothing. Every single thing that is happening to us or has ever happened to you and I, if you can only look at the path of your life, you can see that every single thing that has happened to you is that God was orchestrating a divine arrangement of preparation for you. There are moments when I was somebody that when you do something small to me, then it's like I get angry. It's like then I get emotional and all that. But the past, those things, not only God was using those things that were happening to me as a preparation process, so that when I become a leader at a place, I can know how to manage these things. We are all growing. We are all still growing. We are all still growing. God is still preparing each and every one. So far as you don't give up on yourself, so far as you don't give up on your dreams, so far as you don't give up on God, He is preparing you. So Exodus 23 verse 20, there is something powerful that I want to share with you in Exodus 23 verse 20. And the Bible says that behold, I am going to send an angel before you along the way, and to bring you into a place which I have prepared. Can you imagine that? He said I am going to send an angel, before you along the way. So along the way, along our path of preparation, God always sends an angel. Someone that will come on our way and help us be prepared, so that our paths can be straight enough and inherit the blessing that He has planned for us. So this is something that the Bible tells us. That's if only we can allow God to prepare us, He will allow the angels to come with us so that we can reach our destination. So allowing God to prepare you is an arrangement that allow people, it's an arrangement that allow people to experience and know God's sovereignty, arrangement and authority. So when you allow God into your life to prepare you, when you allow God to come into your life to prepare you, it's an arrangement that people will experience, you and I will experience and know God's sovereignty. His sovereignty, His arrangement, and His authority. The life that we are living is not by our own strength, but is by the grace and the amazing nature of God. So we should always allow God to come into our situations. Allow God to prepare us for our great destinies, for the things that He is preparing us that we are going to inherit in life. So God's primary purpose is to allow people to experience what life really is. So God's primary purpose is to allow people, is to allow you and I to experience what life really is. And thereby, man's destiny is controlled by God. So the main purpose of life, or the main purpose of God, His primary purpose is to allow humans, is to allow you and I to experience what life really is, the challenges, the trials. The trials, because you have to be tested, you have to be tried and tested, you have to go through the mill. Every person that has received the crown of kingship, the crown of queenship, is someone who has gone through the times of what? Trial and testing. And this person, when this person comes out, the person will receive the crown of what? Success and grace. There is nothing that God has just put down and say what? Oh, these people should just go through X because I am the same person who created them, so I'm giving everything to them on a silver platter. Nothing like this comes easy. Even when you look at the life of Christ, God God in His own wisdom, He can say, oh, I'm in heaven. I'm going to allow humans to receive what? Forgiveness by not allowing Christ to come and die for us. Okay, but no, He has to allow the laws of nature to work. The life that we are living, the primary purpose of God allowing us to experience life is what? Is the law of nature. He has to allow these things to happen so that you and I will know the power of God, so that we'll know that what? Our destinies are controlled by Him and not by us. Our destinies and purpose in life are much valuable to God. That is one thing that we have to know. Even if we can't know anything or everything, we should know that what? Our destinies and purpose in life are much important to God. They are valuable, like more than even silver and gold. By this, we should allow God to prepare us through the experiences of life. Okay, so we can be ready for the task ahead of us. We should allow God to prepare you and I, to get us ready for the great tasks ahead of us, for the great positions ahead of us, for the great glories ahead of us. We should allow God to come through us, to prepare us. Okay? To prepare us. So that what? Our future can be bright enough. Our lives can be bright enough. Okay? Anything that God associates Himself with is something that carries victory, carries glory, carries moments of victory. So God never uses anyone greatly until He tests them deeply. Okay, so God will never use anyone greatly until He tests them deeply. This is a very powerful word. The last time, this Sunday, I normally look at the life of our fathers, the people who are leading us in life in our country. I look at their life, my personal father, my spiritual fathers, my pastor, and all these people, my bosses in my company. And I look at them and I ask myself, do they just stand up and get to where they are? And the answer is no. Because you have to know that every single person has to be tested. Has to be tested deeply to know that if you are truly qualified for what? The things that, the blessing that will come on your way. Okay? Nobody will throw a gold into your mouth for you to just, receive, sell it, and use it for something. No. You have to look for it earnestly. You have to look for it deeply. And this is what God does. He prepares us. So God will never use anyone, any man of God that is being used greatly is someone that has been tested deeply. Any CEO that is working and leading an organization today, this person or these people have been tested, have been tried, and have been confirmed that what they deserve the crown of what kingship and queenship in their companies and wherever they find themselves. Okay, so God doesn't just give victories like that. You have to go through the mill of testing. You have to go through the mill of testing. And this thing, you and I have to be prepared for it. So God's process of preparation comes with tests, which you have to get yourself ready for. Okay, so God's process of what preparation comes with tests. It comes with moments of difficulties. It comes with, if you can only hold on unto Him, at the end of the day, you receive the song of victory. The song of victory, receive it. And it is my prayer that most of us will not give up on the way. Most of us won't give up on the way. Won't just give up. When we start a business and the business is not doing well, we will not give up. When we start an idea, a family, because the thing doesn't look nice from the beginning, so it's like we want to just give up on the way. But God doesn't work like that. God doesn't work with people who give up easily. He works with people who have faith to keep going, to keep believing. So every difficult moment in time in your life is God processing you. So every difficult moment in our life is a moment of what? Processing. It's a moment what God is preparing us, processing us, refining us, so that we can become the things that He wants us to become in life. Okay, so everything you are going through in life is what you have asked for. Everything that you are going through in life is what you have asked for. You've asked that what you want to become a CEO of a company. And you can't become a CEO of what? A company by sleeping and just allow people promoting you anyhow and you becoming a CEO. No, it doesn't happen like that. You don't want to become a mother, a great mother of your children by just sleeping and doing unnecessary things and all that, and you becoming that. You have to be tried and tested. Okay, your business can't just become a multi-million dollar business or a multi-million CD business like that. Just by what? Accident. No, it doesn't happen. It has to go through testing. It has to go through testing, a moment of testing. It has to be tested on several occasions. It has to be tested. And if only you and I can be patient enough to allow God to prepare us, to prepare ourselves, our businesses, we'll get to the level that we'll get to in life. And people will look at our lives, our businesses, as a benchmark for their lives and also their businesses to become the things that we are in a positive way. Okay, to become the things that we are. Most people just want to look at people and use them as a benchmark to become the people that they are today. I'm not saying in a negative way. But in a positive way. People want to look at our lives, your life, okay, and say, well, I want to be like this person because this person, her story is amazing. Okay, Nell's story is amazing. Pearl's story is amazing. Akoshia's story is amazing. Kekeli's story is amazing. Debbie's story is amazing. All these wonderful people. People will just want to look at our lives. The storms that we've been through. Learn from our experiences and use it as a benchmark to guide their lives. Okay, so every difficult moment in time in your life is God processing you. Everything you are going through is what you have asked and prayed for. If you need to be tough, for where you are going, then God has to prepare you to be tough. There are most of us that the places God is taking us to, He doesn't need soft people. You understand? The places God is taking some of us to, He doesn't need people that are soft. People that are soft, like everything, then they give up. Everything, then they are crying. Everything, then is like they are allowing the heavens to just break loose, or the hell to break loose. You understand? God will not prepare you like that, but He'll prepare you for you to be tough enough, because He knows that the CEO position that you are going to, okay, you have to be tough. The board, the board of director position that we are going to head, okay, you have to be tough. You have to be intelligent. You have to be someone full of wisdom. This is something that God prepares us for. Okay, so nothing that happens to us is by accident. Every single thing that happens to us is by what? It's by God preparing us, getting us ready for something great. So when God is preparing you, He takes you through the process of what? Of gratitude. Okay? When God is preparing you and I, He takes you through what? The period of what? Gratitude. For you to be grateful for the little blessings that He has blessed you with. Okay? He takes you through the process of what? Gratitude. The few blessings that He has blessed you with. If only you can be grateful enough, the other big ones will follow. The other big ones will follow. Okay? So you can be grateful and appreciate, okay, to other blessings on you, so that you can be grateful and appreciate the other blessings that will come on your way in the future. Okay, because being grateful for the little blessings will open the door for the other blessings to follow in line for you. Okay, so God is a God of order. So before I'll leave you, I would like to share something with you. And it says that what? God is a God of order and principles. We are humans, that we think that some of us, we are principle. We are not principle. But if you want to know the person that is principle, more principle, is God. God is a God of what? Order. He does his things with order and principles. He is not a magician that he will just shake the wand and let something happen right now. No. You have to go through the process. He has to prepare you. There should be an order and principle. Okay? So he doesn't do things randomly or hazardly. Okay? God doesn't do things hazardly or randomly. He takes his time to do his things. He takes his time so that when he does it and he prepares you and he does it and everything is done, people will look at it and be marveled and say, who has done this wonderful thing? Okay, that's how God does his things. That's how he does his things. So if God is doing his things and is preparing you and he's taking his time, be patient with him. Don't give up. Because for him, he is a God that doesn't apologize to anyone. He is a God that doesn't apologize to anyone. So let us allow ourselves to be prepared by the God of order and principles. So with God, he has to prepare you. This preparation does not mean he hates us. So most of us, when we are going through difficult moments, hard times, moments that is like things are bad, things are not going well, things are not the way we want it. And it's like we feel like what? God has deserted us. God has given up on us. Okay? God has given up on us. But one thing we should know today is that, to encourage you, is that His preparation period doesn't mean that what? God has given up on you. God will never forget His children, so far as you keep believing and having faith in Him. Okay? So His preparation period doesn't mean that He hates you, but because His power is connected to His preparation. So God's power is connected to the moment of He preparing us, He refining us. Because when He's done, when people see the wonderful thing, He has to take the glory. He has to take the glory. He alone has to take the glory. Okay, because His power is connected to this. Okay, because God wants to prepare you, because He wants the blessing to be more lasting. So when God wants to prepare you, it's because He wants the blessing. When He's taking His time to do His things by His principles and by His order, it's because He wants what He's doing to be lasting, to last forever, so that the glory will be to Him. So that the glory will be to Him. So I encourage you today for you to allow God to prepare you. To allow God to come into your situation. Everything that you are going through, allow God to take the lead and prepare you. Have patience. Have patience. And everything will be done beautifully, and God will be in the heavens and be smiling and say, oh, my daughter is satisfied, my son is satisfied. So let's have the spirit of patience, endurance, so that God will work the things for us in a very wonderful way. Allow God to prepare you, so it can be a wonderful blessing to other people as well. I thank each and everyone who has taken time to watch me this afternoon. It is my prayer that this live broadcast and these messages will be a blessing to all of us, that we'll continue to use it to guide our lives. I thank each and everyone who has taken time to watch. God richly bless you, and please keep supporting, keep encouraging, so that we can all move on together and become great. Thanks to each and everyone. God richly bless you. Till I see you next week. We have a powerful message next week. Please don't miss it for anything. Be good. Bye-bye.